guys, welcome to another midweek update video. Today we will just be covering out what we saw from last Sunday. So the dollar did indeed bounce from our uptrend line on the 92 level, giving us that nice push and break of the downtrend up until 92.80, 92, almost 90. This can only mean two things: either member Bullard, a previous dovish member from the Fed, did indeed apply a certain hawkish narrative to the dollar, and right now we are just covering the end of the New York session with a bearish tone. I do still see this is the 4-hour time frame. If we go on the daily, we can still be on a downtrend, so price has been rejecting these levels just based on the fear that we might not have a spring in September or October. So this might drive the dollar lower up until that point that we talked about on Sunday's video, 91.50. So the only thing that gave the dollar this strength was this hawkish sentiment from Bullard, from needing an urgent taper on the dollar, because the stimulus are practically over, and that might mean that the jobs can't keep up with the economy, and the economy can't recover as fast as expected without an urgent stimulus as tapering. So this is giving a bit of a risk off into this week, but from today's comments we did, and we are indeed getting a bit of a rejection off of these two tops, and tomorrow we might see price reject this zone from 92.50 if the comments from the ECB are a bit dovish, so we have to keep that in sight. As for the Euro USD, because we didn't have that 91.50 keeping of the downside momentum into early this week, we didn't see Euro USD reach the 19.50 area. So we did bounce back into the downtrend line, which might mean that we are still on a downtrend and the euro can go lower because of what we will see tomorrow in the ECB meetings. GBP USD did break out of our downtrend line, came to, as expected, to get that liquidity from previous weekly lows, and now in my opinion I will just be expecting for a retest of the trend line and a rejection, so we can go lower next week. This might align with the Fibonacci from last week, high to low, and we might have that retest from the beginning of this week and maybe grabbing this liquidity that is sitting up here to then create a lower low into next week, and giving us a nice opportunity to short if we see some dollar strength into 93, for example, as I expect the dollar to be within this September-October. Because the tapering itself is a bit uncertain, we are getting those kinda dovish / hawkish sentiment varying from day to day, because it's itself what's holding the economy to either go with the dollar up, or if we won't get the stimulus as soon as expected, the dollar might really crash to the downside and even come as expected to retest the 91.5 area. GBP JPY did come through with our bearish sentiment from last week, so we had the rejection from 152 until 150.51.5, giving us a nice 70 pip range to work with. I do see GBP JPY holding a bit in this 151.5 area, and only if I see a break of this support zone, which indeed is a bit resistant, we will have that confirmation to go to the downside. So only if we have that break and rejection from the 151 area will we indeed go south on this pair. Gold itself didn't meet our criteria, and based on this dollar hawkish sentiment, I rejected for the third time this zone up here of 1832, and we might see this actually go even lower up until the 75 zone. So we need to keep that in mind, guys, and please trade safe as always, and let's see where this week will take us. Take care.